Day 4 is done and dusted. We had some thrilling matches on show, and I tell you what, some big upsets as well. So stay tuned. We're going to go through every single match from the day, and on top of that, we'll go through tomorrow's day's play. I'll go through each and every match, give you guys my prediction, and we'll give you my star of the day as well. So let's get straight into this. Before we do, though, remember to that like button and do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating or review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Also, a special shout out to our members, of course. Okay, so we have to start off with the last match of the day, and that was Andy Murray versus Stefanos Tsitsipas. It didn't get to finish, but it was a thrilling match whilst it lasted. Murray went a set down in a tiebreaker in the first set, took the second set tiebreaker though, and then won 6-4 in the third. So he's 2-1 up against the number 5 seed, and Tsitsipas, of course, played an absolute barnstormer against Dominic Thiem, winning a final set tiebreaker in 5 sets only yesterday. So how would he feel tomorrow when they resume? Remains to be seen. For Murray, he had a really quick first round, which is a good thing for him. He doesn't tend to have quick first rounds, or hasn't had quick first rounds in the last few big tournaments. We'll see how that one goes. Medvedev is also 2-0 up against Manarino. That was suspended. He'll look to wrap that up in straight sets. Giron was 2-1 down against Fucsovics when it was suspended. Completed matches, while Dimitrov beat Ivashka in straight sets. Good win for him. And a big upset in my book anyway, because a lot of high hopes around young American Ben Shelton to not necessarily go on and win anything, but at least make some sort of run at Wimbledon. But he stopped, or was stopped, in the second round by Jabeur in 4 sets. He took the first set, but then lost 6-3, 7-6, 6-3. In the second, third, and fourth sets. TFO came out on top against Dominik Stricker, the Swiss player, and it was after a very tight first set, a tiebreaker 13-11 in that first set. And you tend to notice a trend that when you have a really tight first set and a tiebreaker that goes really long, like this, the player who wins it tends to go on and win relatively comfortably for the rest of the match. And that's kind of what happened. He won 6-4, 6-2, straight set victory in the end. A big upset, Taylor Fritz getting dumped out. Of course, he made the quarterfinals the last year at Wimbledon. He lost to Mikael Ymer from Sweden. He was 2-0 up as well, Fritz, and ended up losing in 5. So a big upset. He'll be really disappointed with that. The American had high hopes, of course, of at least replicating what he did last year. He hasn't had the best of times at the slams in the last, well, since the US Open, really, where he lost in the first round to Brandon Holt. The French Open, and now Wimbledon, it's just been underwhelming results. Let's see how he gets on at the US Open, but there'll be a lot of pressure on him given he's American there as well. Peya versus Mayotte. So Peya came out on 4 sets. Cerundolo, again, this is a little bit of an upset because I think Cerundolo is a really good player. I know on grass he's probably the best. Sorry, on clay he's probably the best form of himself. But Lehechka actually prefers the clay. He said anyway, but I do think he's better on grass. He's got a big forehand. He's got some big weapons. And he beat Cerundolo pretty comfortably as well. 6-2, 6-2, 6-2. Goffin beat Barrios in 4 sets, including a bagel to boot. And Safiullin beat Mute in straight sets. Good win there. Tommy Paul beat Raonic, and I know a lot of people put Raonic as their dark horse. I don't want to be mean, but I did think he was a very, 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 let's say, brave of people to put him as their dark horse because he's barely played any tennis after coming back from injury. But this is a really positive sign because you can see there, losing 6-4, 7-6, 6-7, 6-4, very tight sets against the number 16 seed shows that there's still something left in the tank. So let's see how he gets on. Hopefully he stays injury-free and he can have a decent run at some of the events after Wimbledon. Galán beat Otter in 4 sets. That's an upset in my book. Otter I would have expected to be better on the grass, but Galán impressively coming out on top. And then arguably the biggest upset of the day on paper anyway, because Casper Ruud is the number 4 seed on the men's side, and he lost to Liam Brody after being 2-1 up on centre court the first match of the day. Liam Brody bageled him in the 5th and deciding set. Casper Ruud, look, he said he loves his golf, and you know what? Grass tennis, he's not the biggest fan of grass court tennis. I wonder whether that's seeping into his game because he just doesn't seem to have taken Wimbledon seriously. No grass court preparation as well. I know he made the final, to be fair, of Roland Garros, so maybe that was part of it. But disappointing I think a disappointing loss. Liam Brody played some really good tennis, by the way. He clearly is a very astute player on the grass. But Casper Ruud was almost playing as if it was a clay court. Didn't really try to adapt his game. So disappointing. I'm not sure whether he'll ever have the type of game on grass, especially if he's going to continue going deeper Roland Garros. He probably, he's going to concentrate on that. Of course, he knows clay is his forte. So, yeah, an upset, but not the biggest of upsets of the day, I would say. Personally, on paper it is, but I wasn't too surprised. Zverev beat Brouwer in straight sets as well. 3 tight sets but came through. Shapovalov beat Barrera in straight sets, and Rublev beat Karatsev after losing the first set in a tiebreaker in 4. Van Zandschulp beat Zhang in 5 sets. Good victory for him. And Hallis beat Vukic in straight sets. Keep an eye out for Hallis. He's got a pretty good game for the grass. I like his game. He beat Dan Evans in the first round. That was an impressive victory. Let's see how he gets on. He's got a very tough match tomorrow against, I think it's Jannik Sinner, if I'm not mistaken. I guess we'll have a look in a second. But yeah, good victory for him. And then Hurkacz beat Choinsky, the Brit, in straight sets. Davidovich Fokina beat Fields in straights, and Martera beat Mo in straight sets as well. Disappointing for Michael Mo, especially after he beat Felix Auger-Aliassime. So, he would have been looking to capitalize on that, but he's now gone out against an unseeded opponent. Musetti beat Manar in straight sets, and Bublik beat JJ Wolf in straight sets, including a bagel. Wawrinka beat Echeverry in 4 sets. Right, okay. Let's get through the women's as well. Pegula beat Buxa in straight sets. Good victory there. Potapova beat Hovan in straights, and Rybakina beat Cornet. It was a very tough. I think that's a tough opposition on grass. I was impressed with Rybakina. Bencic beat Collins in 3 sets, including a final set tiebreaker, beating a 10-2 in that. Vekic beat Stevens in 3. She came back from a set and 3 love down to beat Stevens 7-5, 6-4 in the second and third sets. Cocciaretto beat Masarova in straights, very comprehensive victory. And Caroline Garcia played a barnstormer against Leylah Fernandez, winning a final set tiebreaker 10-6. Bolter carried on her good form, beating Tomova in 3 sets. And Linette beat Strachova in 3. Buskova beat Kontaveit in straight sets. So that's the last match for the Estonian. And look, she's had a really good career. It's a shame that she won't be playing anymore, but I think it's for medical reasons, if I'm not mistaken. So, look, I mean, yeah, a shame that it wasn't on a better court and maybe didn't get the best reception or as good a reception as maybe she could have got. I know she wasn't allowed to speak afterwards, or was not allowed. Let me rephrase. It wasn't kind of part of the schedule. But, I'm sure she'll be able to speak in the post-match press conference. And yeah, she had a really good career, and it's a shame. She's an exciting player to watch, especially when she's playing well. So, yeah, she'll be missed. Kostya beat Ostapenko in 3 sets. That's a big upset in my book. Ostapenko, dangerous on the grass. And you can see that second set taking out of Ostapenko, an 8-6 tiebreak win for Kostya, and then won the third set 6-4. Very tight 3 sets. Halamir beat Christian in 3 sets, and Andreeva beat Krejcikova 6-3 and then 4-love walkover. The young Russian is making waves. Kudermetova Kudermetova lost to Vondrousova 6-3, 6-3. Big upset there. I was expecting her to do a little bit at Wimbledon, Kudermetova. And Andreescu beat Bondar in 3 sets, and Azarenka beat Podoroska in straights. Interesting to see how Azarenka does. She's found a little bit of form on the grass, it looks like. 6-love in that second set. Kalinina beat Bozas Monero in straights, and Niemia beat the Roland Garros finalists in the first round here at Wimbledon, 6-4, 5-7, 6-1. She'll be disappointed, the Czech player. She's made the quarterfinals here twice at SW19. Martic beat Parry in 3 sets, and Parks, American hopeful young prodigy, took the first set against Bogdan 6-1, but then went on to lose 6-3, 6-2 in the second and third sets. Gaufi beat Noskova in 3 sets, and Sorenko beat Siniakova in straights. Svitolina carried on her good form after beating Venus Williams in the first round. In a very weird match, winning 6-1, 1-6, 6-1, breadsticks to boot for everyone. Mertens will be disappointed, and Kenin carried on her good form after beating Coco Gauff in the first round, beating Wang 6-4, 6-3. Okay. For the men's tomorrow, then, let's go through our predictions. Rune to beat Carabas Baena, Vesely to beat O'Connell. I've got Davidovich Fokina to beat Van der Zandschulp. Hurkacz should beat Musetti on grass. Hurkacz should beat Musetti. Jarry to beat Kubler. De Minaur to beat Berrettini. Sinner to beat Hallis. Zverev to beat Watanuki. Peyer to beat Safiullin. Alcaraz to beat Muller. Ima to beat Galan. Bublik to beat Martera. Nori to beat Eubanks. I'm actually going to go Brody to beat Shapovalov, you know. Rublev to beat Goffin and Djokovic to beat Wawrinka. Look, I mean, Wawrinka has, I think it's 4-all in slams is the record, but on grass, I don't think. If it was on clay, I might actually say, might take a set, you know, might be interesting. I can't see him causing problems for Djokovic on grass. We'll see. We'll see. On the women's, we have some very interesting matches coming up tomorrow. Kostyuk Badosa is an absolutely cracking match. I'm going to go Badosa, though, to beat Kostyuk. I'm going to go, although actually Kostyuk after beating Sakkari should have a lot of confidence. I'll stick with Badosa. I've got Korpatsch to beat Kostic, Kvitova to beat Sasnovich. I've got Begu to beat Blinkova, Keys to beat Golubic, Alexandrova to beat Brengel, Niemir to beat Galfi, Andrescu to beat Kalinina, Sorenko to beat Bogdan, Sabalenka to beat Gracheva, Kasatkina to beat Azarenka. That's a really good match as well. Linette Bencic, good one as well. Bencic to beat Linette. Vekic to beat Vondrousova. Pagula to beat Cotiretto. Swiatek to beat Martic. Kenin to beat Svitolina. Jabeur to beat Bay. And Garcia to beat Pliskova. So those are my picks. In terms of star of the day, well, if Murray had come out on top, I think we'd have to pick him. But look, it can only go to one person in my mind, and that is, you guessed it, Liam Brody. I mean, look, he's ranked. Let's see, where's he ranked nowadays? He's not ranked very highly at all. This is, I mean, this is big boy stuff. This is proper, like. Let's have a quick look. So Liam Brody currently is ranked 142 in the world. 142. His highest ranking has only ever been 116. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I guess that might be his live ranking. So he might even. I think when he was playing Eastbourne, which is before Wimbledon, he was ranked 299. Is that right? No, sorry, that's doubles. That's doubles. Yeah, I mean, but still, look, I mean, incredible, absolutely incredible. So great win for him, and he marches on. Let's see what he can do tomorrow against Shapovalov. Some great matches. We should be covering some of them. Stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much as well. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you on the next video.